Welcome to the Explainer. You know, behind pretty much every single app on your phone, there's this secret language that's been running the show for, get this, over 50 years. It's called SQL, and it's basically the invisible force wrangling all the data that powers our modern lives.
I mean, really think about it for a second. Every time you click like, buy something online, upload a photo, boom, you've just created a digital record. But all that information can't just be a chaotic mess, right? It's got to be stored, organized, and ready to be pulled up in a split second. So where does it all actually go?
Well, the solution is this really elegant language called SQL. That stands for Structured Query Language. It's the universal language for talking to databases. And I mean, everyone uses it. We're talking tiny startups all the way up to absolute giants like Facebook and YouTube, all using SQL to handle their mountains of information.
All right, let's dive in. The absolute best way to wrap your head around SQL is to think of it like a digital filing cabinet. That's really the core of how it sees and organizes data.
So first up, you've got the database itself. Picture this as the entire filing room. It's the big container, right? And one database can hold tons of different sets of information. Just like one room can have a bunch of different filing cabinets.
Now here's where it gets interesting. What's inside that room? Well, each of those filing cabinets has a name. It's called a table. And a table is designed to hold information about just one specific thing. So you might have a table for all your company's employees or another one for all the products in your online store. And this is a perfect example of that structure. See, a table is basically just a grid. The columns, those are your categories, like employee ID, first name, department. And then each row, that's a unique record. It's one complete entry for a single person. It's a beautifully organized system. So the big question is, how do you actually speak SQL to manage all this data? The good news is, you don't have to be some kind of coding wizard. You can do pretty much everything you'll ever need with just 4 basic commands.
Yup, just 4 actions are the building blocks. You've got create for adding new records, read for finding them, update for changing them, and delete for getting rid of them. In the tech world, we call this CRUD, C-R-U-D. Let's see exactly how it works.
Okay, first up, creating data. Let's imagine we've got a new hire, Donald King, and he's joining the marketing team. To get him into our digital filing cabinet, we're going to use the insert into command. All we do is tell SQL which table we're talking about, and then give it the info for each column. And boom, just like that, Donald's record is added as a brand new row. See? It's really that simple.
All right, that's great. But what if you don't want to see the entire table? I mean, what if you only want to find the employees who work in the sales department? For that, we use the select command to pick what we want to see, and then the super powerful where clause to filter everything else out.
And instantly the query scans the table and pulls out only the records that match. In this case, Adam and Casey. It just ignores everyone else. This, right here, is how apps and websites can find your specific information so incredibly fast.
But, you know, life happens. Information changes all the time. People get promoted, they switch departments, and our data has to keep up. So let's say Adam Smith moves from sales over to marketing. We've got to update his record. And for this, no surprise, we use the update command. We tell SQL, hey, change the department to marketing, but only for the row where the employee ID is 101. This lets us make a precise, almost surgical change without messing with any other records.
And last but not least, what happens when someone leaves the company? Well, we need to remove their record, cleanly and permanently. So, let's say Casey Williams is moving on. For that, we use the delete command. And just like that, goodbye, Casey.
And there you go. With just those 4 commands, create, read, update, and delete, you have total control over all the data in your table. It's a complete system for managing information, but believe it or not, this is just the beginning. Okay, so managing one table is useful, for sure, but it's not the whole story, not even close. Now we get to SQL's real superpower, connecting the dots between multiple tables all at once. Just imagine, we have our employees table from before, but now we also have a second table, a departments table. And this one lists each department's name and who the manager is. So, how in the world would we figure out who Adam Smith's manager is? The information is split across 2 different tables. This is where the magic of the join command comes in. A join lets us link these 2 tables together using a piece of info they share. In this case, it's the DEPT ID.
It mashes them together to create this powerful new temporary view that shows us exactly what we want to know. Adam is in the marketing department and his manager is Eve. That is the magic of relational databases.
Okay, so that's all pretty cool, but it leads to a big question. Why is this language, something that was created way back in the 1970s, more important today than it's ever been?
Well, the answer is just how incredibly robust it is. It's open source, meaning anyone can use it for free. It's famously secure, and its ability to scale is just mind-blowing. It can handle tables with 50 million rows, even more. In the world we live in today with data everywhere, that kind of power isn't just a nice-to-have, it's an absolute necessity. I mean, this is not some trendy new thing that's going to disappear next year. SQL has been the bedrock, the foundation of data management for half a century. It's a time-tested, proven technology that's evolved, sure, but it has never been replaced. Why? Because it is just that good at what it does.
So you see, learning SQL is way more than just picking up a technical skill. It's kind of like learning the basic grammar of the internet itself. And it doesn't matter if you're a developer, a data analyst, a marketer, or honestly, just someone who's curious about how this all works, understanding how data is structured and asked questions is absolutely essential today.
And that's really our tour of SQL. It's the language that gives us the incredible power to ask questions of our data and actually get answers back. Which brings me to one last thought for you. Now that you know the language, what questions would you ask? That's it for this explainer.